because now I built my own family, right? I have people around that want to see me win and that want to celebrate with me, and vice versa, right? Like you said, it's really important though that you do celebrate your wins, even if it's just up here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, I made it. Like I said, I'm 33. I didn't think I was gonna see 18. Didn't think I was gonna see 21. And I'm here. I got three beautiful kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we should celebrate more. You know what I'm saying? Like getting old. How do you go about learning to love yourself? How do you go about learning to like yourself?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
So I did it by this goes back to like learning things through your children, because I'm teaching my children, like, you know, especially my oldest, because they are in this, like, they're teenagers, they're in this world, and they're no longer innocent because they start seeing the world for what it is. And I keep telling them, you know, how to love yourself and so now I have to start doing it. So laughing at my jokes, dumb shit like that. Like, giving myself grace. You know, I try to be perfect, like literally with everything, but I'm not perfect. And that's okay. So I got to give myself grace. I have to humble myself. Sometimes I have to like celebrate my wins, even if it's just like reflecting. Like, damn, you know, like the past fucking 10 years, like I went through some shit 10 years ago where my whole life flipped upside down. Like I shared with you earlier, I found out some shit was popping off and I had to make decisions
for you, right?
That was hard because I had to leave my kids because the other person wasn't going to leave the house.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my children to continue to see, you know, see what I'm saying? And that was, you want to talk about sobbing that night. I slept in my boy's basement for 5 months in the coldest winter of my lifetime in 2014. And I remember just laying with a pillow over my face so he wouldn't hear me upstairs crying because I left my kids. But I knew what I needed to do. So I give myself grace because I reflect and I'm like, damn, look where I was. Look what I did. And man, that's remarkable. I'm not a bad person. It's okay to admit that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I've done things I'm not happy about. I've said things I'm not happy about. But I know in my heart I'm not a bad person. I'm a good dad. I'm a good husband. That's loving yourself. Like giving yourself an opportunity to follow your passion. Because I know what it's like when it becomes a problem and I feel like my passion is becoming a burden. So I got to shut it down. And I let it go for years and years and years. I don't have that with my wife now. My wife encourages me.
That's beautiful, man.
My wife, I mean, look what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't ever take it for granted, but I have to remind myself, like, my wife never once goes, man, like, when is this going to stop? Never. She don't want me to stop doing it here. I'm the one that's looking for studio space because I can't keep doing it here.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, like that's what it is. It's just little things like that, bro. Like just being
self-care
like,
things,
it's
right?
self-care. Yeah. Like, you know, when I lose my temper with my children and then I go to work and I think back and I go, fuck, man, I only had 2 hours with my kids last night and I squandered it because I lost my temper. And now I'm regretting that. When I have those moments, I try to learn from it. But that shows me that I'm human. That shows me that I do care about how I impact my children's lives. You know what I mean? And so when I think of those things, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not a monster. I'm a good dude. I need to be better. Like I told you, I got a 21 and a 17-year-old and then a 5 and 3. My 5-year-old is a splitting image of my 21-year-old when she was that age, like identical. So for me, I feel like sometimes I have another crack at this. Okay. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
And so there's times where I go about things differently with my 2 little girls, but I'm also 20 years older. Yeah, man, self-care, love yourself, give yourself grace, laugh at yourself, don't take yourself too seriously, which I don't think you do, man. It's just a beautiful thing is people that take themselves too seriously, they're too stuck up. You can't enjoy life and live in the moment. People who don't take themselves seriously are just, they're free. They're free people.
Suge is teaching me how to live in the moment. I'm a planner.
Well, there's a fine line there, bro. Because I'm a planner.
I'm a planner. Like, she'd be like, let's get on a plane. I'm like, shorty.
That's my wife.
We have $1,500.
Yeah.
No. Like, no, we're not doing that.
No, that's my wife. My wife is in the moment. Let's. I was thinking. When I hear that, I'm like, yeah, here we fucking go.
Yeah, Sugar be like, can I talk to you? And I'm like, the hell you want, woman? What you want? I got no extra money, dog. You killing me right now. But she's definitely teaching me how to just be in the moment. She can always tell what I'm thinking about tomorrow and the day after and the day after. You know what I mean? That's a hard thing for me, right? Because I don't ever want to put my kids in a position to where we don't have, to where they just don't have, right? So I'm always thinking like, all right, I need this amount of overtime to make sure that these things can happen. They're gonna have fun, and you mean bills is straight. But she's like, yo, like, we're right here. Sit with us. Your daughter's talking to you.
Yeah.
Talk to her.
Yeah.
Ask her about her day. I mean, I'm trying to get my daughter, my oldest right now, I'm trying to get her to, this little girl's messing with her at school, man. I'm just like, yo, tell her she got a dumbass name. All right. Or tell her she got a funky butt.
Like, clothesline this little girl.
Hey.
I know that feeling, bro.
Last year, some little boy was biting her. He put gum in her hair. He was doing, yeah. And I just had enough one day. And I went in there, like, I went to pick her up. I looked down. It wasn't gum, it was Play-Doh. I looked down. I'm like, what's in your hair? She's like, oh, no. She's like, Dad, I'll tell you when we get to the car. I'm like, no. Man, we can talk. I was like, it's all good. She's like, this kid keeps doing this and this. He tried to kiss me. He bit me. I'm like, oh, okay. Whoop. Right back in the school. I said, look.
Yeah.
My daughter gets along or tries to get along with everybody, right? I said, but the next time this little boy puts his hands on her, she's going to break his fucking nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, Dad. I said, Soph, repeat to this woman what I just said. What are you going to do next time he puts his hands on you? I'm going to punch him in the nose. I'm like, all right. So we good? So if you want to call his parents before I find out who they are, and I do crazy dad things.
Yeah, like, right. Like, help me out here.
Yeah, like, do you want me to come in here? Do you want me to just, like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But just being present with the kids, man, it's hard. I love, like, having to help with, like, little problems like that.
Yeah.
Because I really am the guy that's like, yeah, tell her she's dumb.
Yeah. I remember telling that to my kids all the time. If you get in trouble for defending yourself,
you're not in trouble at home.
Don't worry about that. I will be in there. You just gotta be upfront with me.
Yeah. Tell me what it is away.
I don't want to go in there swinging for you and find out that the story's different. Yeah. Be upfront with me.
Yep.
And if you're upfront, I got your back. You won't be in trouble here.
That's when I was in school for like a week before I got kicked out in McCaskey.
Okay.
Yeah, my 9th grade week, like, I started a big ass riot. That's what my mama used to tell me though. Like, if you're gonna get in trouble, like, what did you do? Just tell me. I was defending a family member. So one of my youngest uncles is my age.
Okay.
Yeah, my granddaddy was.
Yeah. Doing his thing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was doing something. You know what I mean?
You still got it.
Yeah, look. Rest in peace. But I was defending my uncle.
Yeah.
All right. And I was whooping the ass.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck that. Like, because if I see this and my mama hear about it and grandma hear about it,
yeah,
I'm finna get my ass whooped. So we fight. And I got cousins. My granddaddy had 30 plus kids, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my mama found out she was a twin 2 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Like, my granddaddy was just out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of us at McCaskey.
Okay.
So we're squabbling with these guys, you know what I'm saying, that was beating up on my uncle.
Yeah.
Whooping ass. Long story short, they ended up calling my mama. They expelled me from the school. My mom was like, you can't go fucking week without. Oh my God. Oh. And my grandma was like, nah, like, he did a good thing. She's like, what? What do you mean? She was like, he was sticking out for, he was sticking out for this kid. She's like, all right. Well, we'll try to find you another school. I'm like, bet. Bet. No ass whooping today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, my mama, when you said that though, it brought me back to that. Like, just be upfront.
And that's what children want, is they want structure, but they also want to know, like, that they'll be honored.
Yeah.
You know, like the truth will be honored. Sometimes they don't like it because it's against what they want. Like, they don't want to tell you what they did. Sometimes I'm like, yo, you gotta tell me what you did. It'll be a lot easier now. But if I find out you're lying, and you'll be surprised how much, like, my kids will be like, oh, I'm down on my sword. Like, I'm going down with the ship. I'm lying until you do the detective work.
Until, you got to find out. All right, Batman, catch me if you can, bro. I think that with kids and like that healthy boundary, right? Just telling the truth. You don't never want to disappoint. I think it's more of the disappointment aspect of it. Like, if I tell you the truth, you're really gonna be upset.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the shock value.
You know what I mean?
Disappointing you, yeah.
Yeah, I started that fight. Definitely was humping that look. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
Yeah. Kids.
Yeah. It is what it is with kids, though, too. I've learned, like, there's times where I'm like, just tell me the truth. And then they're not going to tell me the truth. And I'm like, okay, I have to come to even with my oldest, you're not going to tell me the truth because you're embarrassed and you don't want me to know the truth, and you'll believe your own lie. But one day we're both going to be in the same room when I realize you lied, you realize I know you lied.
That look.
Yeah. And on top of that, I'm going to look at you like, but I knew you lied. I let you slide.
They're going to give you that. They're going to give you that face like, did he catch it? Did he catch it? My daughter started with the, I forgot my homework at school thing. I said, go in there and grab that backpack. Let me see that backpack. And you know what? I let her slide. I said, you know what? Just read for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But explaining consequence like you did, right? Like, it's going to be worse if you just don't. Telling her, like, you forgot it. Okay. But tomorrow you're going to have to do double the homework because you got to do today's and tomorrow's.
Yeah.
You want to keep doing that? Don't forget your homework.
Yeah. My son always does his at school. And now it's like, with like the way they do, like they got the iPad and they don't take notes and everything's in the iPad and they take screenshots of the.
Do they even have books anymore?
Bro, it's like trying to learn how they go about doing homework and like the different ways that they do the homework. It's like, I guess y'all do it that way, like math. Like they got
math is
core
stupid
math now. It's like,
bro,
this is dumb.
I taught my daughter how I learn, and it works for her because that core math shit, she was like, I don't understand. It was frustrating.
Man, I went through it. it.
I'm like, look, man, you shit. Yeah. 15 plus 30 is what, shorty?
Yeah.
Do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it this way.
My kids are like, but that's not the way she's doing it, Dad.
I don't give a damn. That's what I was saying.
I'm trying to show you, but that's not the way. So then I got a YouTube how they do it.
Bruh, I tried and I was like, I don't know what this freaking box is. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing what is
dots,
this?
Like there's so many different dots. And I'm like, yeah, but why don't we just carry the number over? This is weird.
Do you remember
groups?
Do you remember Demolition Man.
Yeah.
You remember when they was like, he doesn't know about the three
The
seashells?
seashell.
He doesn't know about the three seashells. I get that now. Like, this is dumb. That's how I feel. Like, this is dumb, man. Just give me the freaking number. Like you said, man, carry it. Like, do y'all not know how to multiply?
Yeah.
Do we not know how to divide anymore?
Well, they don't even do signatures. They don't even do cursive.
I know.
Like, my son needs to learn how to write his name and his signature just for the sake of the signature.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. And the funny thing is I forgot how to write in cursive because I've always written in print. Like, I've always just write print. So when I go to show him, I'm like, oh, snap.
That's not how that goes. That is E.
Yeah. Like, I might as well just write with my left hand because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's do you remember getting those books when you was a kid and having to trace and do all of that? Yeah, they don't do that no more.
Nah.
No more overhead projectors. Like, get up here and write on this.
Yeah.
Show me.
Yeah, watch the teacher wipe it off and someone else go,
Dang, bro. Wheeling in the car with the TV.
Yeah, the overhead projector,
bro.
I always thought those things were fascinating.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
And now they're non-existent.
No, they're like archaic. If that's even the word I'm thinking. Archaic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, technology. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Technology
is a gift and a curse.
Way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what it's going to be like, say, 25, 30 years, where we're not using pencils at all?
Yeah.
And everything is...
Yeah, man. Yeah. I the thing is, like, it's hard for me to picture it, but I know by that point, that we'll all be kind of like slowly ushered into it. You know what I mean? Like, when they introduced the first iPhone, I've never gotten an iPhone.
2007.
Bro, I remember when it came out. I remember being like, this is crazy. Like, really? And I didn't think it would take off. When those earbuds 5-6 years ago, the AirPods came out, I was like, that's ridiculous. It'll never, now it's just staple.
Everybody does them. Yeah,
it's
bro.
just like, you're just slowly ushered into that wave where it's just part of Americana. That's just the way we live our life now.
My sister still has a sidekick.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Does it still have service?
I have no idea what she does with it. She could watch porn with it. I have no idea what she does with it, but she still has one for sure. Like, she frequently lets me know, like, bum ass niggas. Nigga, I got a sidekick, nigga.
Yeah, I remember the sidekicks and the Blackberries.
I had a Blackberry.
Yeah.
I had a Blackberry. Then I switched to the Droid.
Yeah. Oh shit, the Droid.
Yeah, I had a Droid. When you would turn that motherfucker on, it would Droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that joint. And then I don't remember what happened to my Android. Something stupid happened, but I needed to get a phone, and I was like, iPhone. I was like, I hate this phone.
Yeah.
At first, I love my iPhone now, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
I've never had an iPhone.
I'm
your Android guy.
I do love my. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love my iPhone.
I hear a lot of. Oh, I hear all about how I ruin everybody's group chats.
Oh, bro, that damn. You a green? Yeah, you got a green bean, man.
That's me. I'm that guy. I'm the green bubble guy.
Can't even FaceTime, man.
I'm gonna just start a new podcast and call it Green Bubble Guy.
The Green Bubble Guy. Yeah. Anybody want to listen? It's gonna be a pre-screening. You got an iPhone. You're not welcome. All right. We're gonna talk about how we can steal music on this damn Android. All right. Yeah. I mean, anytime anybody says anything to me about it, they're like, I can download music. I'm like, me too.
Yeah, I always talk about how I can throw widgets on my phone, and now I'm like, I don't even use widgets anymore. It's
but you say it just it's because iPhone can't do it.
It's just, I don't know. It's just still a superior phone, though.
It might be in some aspects.
I think so. I think it is.
It might be in some aspects, but I love my notepad.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I love.
Got that on mine too. I was like, there you go.
Bro, listen, all I gotta do, right? I just tap somebody else's phone.
Yeah.
Send whatever out. What you got?
I can do that. I just don't use it. Like, here's the thing about me, bro.
Hold on. Which one?
I don't.
Which one
there's
I'm right here.
Of them. You're right there.
You see this guy, man? Yeah, I could do that. We've had it. Yeah.
I just don't. There's so many features. There's so many features that I don't use.
Exactly.
But I know that the hardcore person is getting what they deserve because they got an Android.
It got how old are you?
40. I'll be 45 in
it. Gotta be an old nigga thing, man. It gotta be an old nigga thing, man. I don't know. Like, if you still had access to VHS, would you use it?
Nah.
I don't believe that. Kind of I don't believe
unless it was like some whole movies that I need to look at.
See, that's different. That's different.
I don't have, bro. Here's what I did. Now someone's gonna cry. I was collecting CDs and I threw them all out.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was like, I don't really listen to CDs anymore.
Oh, that's right. He just steals music from his Android.
I don't steal. I don't pirate anything anymore. And I never did it on my phone. It was all on my desktop.
All on the desktop.
Pirate Bay. Anybody? Anyway.
That was that shit. I'm not gonna hold you. Pirate Bay. Dat Piff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dat Piff. That's what I have some of my mixtapes on Dat Piff. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I thought I was the man. Once I could upload to Dat Piff, I was like, yeah, niggas ain't on that Piff. I used to talk real heavy.
Here's my link.
Yeah, I used to talk real heavy. And then we got SoundCloud. I was like, y'all niggas ain't on SoundCloud? And now it's like, that's a joke now.
Yeah. Reverb Nation?
Reverb. Yeah, I was on Reverb. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that was a terrible
I visited the other day, and I'm like, this is way different. Like, it's the interface and the way it's like, it's just, yeah, different.
What else was I on? Just a whole bunch of dumb shit. Like, I remember when niggas was like, oh shit, you're on SoundCloud? I'm like, yeah, nigga, I'm on SoundCloud. Yeah,
I was on SoundCloud when that was free. Now it's like, you gotta like pay a subscription.
$20 or something bullshit, yeah. And now it's like when people ask what I do, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a hip hop musician. Are you on SoundCloud?
I know, right? No.
Man, fuck you, bro.
Like, fuck you, yeah. But anyway,
I
mean, I grew and evolved.
But it's good though. Nah, that's the thing. Like, I stopped using it because of that.
Yeah. No, yeah, 1000%.
I definitely stopped using it, and now people are like, "Oh, you're on Spotify? That is so cool. How'd you do that?" I'm like, Spotify is new SoundCloud. Stop it. Just, you guys are shit.
People are so fucking impressed. So when I started the podcast, and I was like, I was setting it up, and it was like immediately on platforms. Admittedly, I was like, holy fuck, I'm on Spotify. Yeah. Like, I didn't know it was that fucking easy, dog. Now I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm on. Oh my God, you're on Apple Podcasts? How'd you do? It's not that hard.
He's really official.
He's
official.
Well, this must be real.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would have never believed that he's doing this in the Sala. Like, holy shit.
The Sala.
Yeah, hey, look.
That's the next podcast.
The Sala. Welcome to the Sala.
Androids in the Sala.
Androids and the Sala. There we go. That makes it like, yeah.
That's official.
Yeah, we like that. All right. I'm not, listen, I'll be a host. Right, but I'm not converting.
No, you can be there'll be an exception. I'll have
like
waivers.
Parks from the JBP. Right? Like, he's never on camera, but like, you hear him.
Who?
Parks.
Who's
the
that?
white dude. See, look, you don't even know.
No.
Do you watch the Joe Budden podcast?
No, I stopped a long time ago.
Joe Budden is absolutely.
Oh wait, you talk about the one that came with him when he lost more.
Roy and Ma. So he's always
I know what you're talking about.
But you hear him all the time. Yeah, I'll be that guy.
Fair enough.
You guys will be like, man, shut up. I don't want to give a fuck about that opinion.
Just keep bragging about your fucking. What color bubbles you guys got?
Yeah, we got blue bubbles, man.
Blue bubbles.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all do have decent cameras, though.
My camera's fly as fuck. Right now, it's doing something. That's just how dope it is.
See,
I was going to do a podcast with Samsung phones. I went on eBay and was going to get like cheap Samsung phones, but I was like, nah, because for as long as we've been recording, they'd start overheating and shit like that. But I almost did it because of the camera.
Cameras is fire. I'm not gonna hold you. That's like one thing. Like, I think we're like 2 years behind y'all as far as cameras go.
But y'all keep recycling the same phone though. Not for nothing.
So do
it's
y'all.
The same. Nah,
yeah.
It's a different phone each time. It's
no,
a whole new experience. I don't think you understand what we go through when we get it.
Nah, man, I don't believe it.
I get a. First of all, I don't even get the phone every year. This is like from 4 years ago.
I mean, all right, so like PlayStation and Xbox, we still getting the same shit.
I don't know, bro.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby boy.
Yeah. I used to be PlayStation. Well, first of all, I don't game anymore, but I'm about to go back because of Grand Theft Auto 6.
You didn't go back for God of War?
No, I never played God of War. Yeah, I never played PlayStation. I was an Xbox guy. I had a PlayStation at the very beginning. You know what it was? I got tired of waiting for PS3 to come out because it was taking forever, and I went and got an Xbox.
It was a trash system. I'm not gonna hold you.
PS3?
Yeah, it was trash. I love my 360.
I was waiting and waiting and waiting. And I said, I'm just going to get this 360.
But I want you to know something.
Oh.
PlayStation got better exclusives, bro.
Oh, that's always been yeah, of course.
Like, bro, you never played a single God of War game?
No, my brother-in-law, David, he loved it, so I would watch him play it.
Bro, they are incredible games.
Oh, the storytelling I've seen on TikTok is pretty phenomenal. I'm like, yeah, this is some fucking Emmy shit, though.
Why you...
When the dude that did the voice did a 10-minute speech when he won the award. What's his name? Yeah.
Do you remember him? Do you know who that is?
No, he looks familiar, but where's he from?
Stargate.
That's what it's from.
Do you remember he was the ghoul. He was the black boy with the shit on his forehead. And I only know that
he looked familiar. My
daddy was like a sci-fi geek.
Yeah.
That man. Bro, like Quantum Leap, Sliders, all of these. Do you remember these shows?
Quantum Leap? I just showed that to my kids like a year ago. I said, this is Quantum fucking Leap.
They were probably like, this is dumb as hell.
They were into it at first, and then like they just were like back on their phones. I was like, you see what now he's leaping.
He's somebody else.
Now he's somebody else.
He's a boxer now. So my mom and my dad used to run around the house really early in the morning. It was really fucking annoying. Flash. Oh. Yeah, like, why are you guys doing that? This is dumb. I used to be like, that show sucks. Turn that shit off. Not in those words, but like, yeah. You know what I mean? Imagine a kid like,
turn that shit off. Shit. Fuck is that?
The fuck is Flash Gordon, nigga? Put Static Shock on, nigga. Nigga, we want Batman Adventures, nigga. What the fuck? My dad loves sci-fi, bro. I remember we were living in the what's now the Park City Apartments. It was Meadow Green.
Okay, yeah.
We was living in there, and he was watching one of the Alien movies, and I snuck out my room to watch it. Like, I was in like the little hallway. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, yeah, right. And there was this scene. I don't remember what alien it was, but there was this scene where the monster just smashed my man's like complete, like splat his head. Yeah. I remember being like, beating myself in the hole. Traumatized. Yeah, I was like, shit. My dad's like, yeah, nigga. What the hell you get?
You wanted to sneak out.
Yeah, that's what the hell you get. This is what we watching out here, boy. Go wash your ass, nigga. Yeah.
Do you ever when I'm trying to wrap up conversations, I try to ask questions and shit. Do you ever like reflect on your journey, but also like your accomplishments, internal, external, micro, macro? Do you ever look at how far you've come from everything we've talked about, like who you are now? I'm just getting to know you today, but you seem to be like a mad, cool, down to earth kind of cat.
That's what's up.
That loves his family.
I'm not cool at all.
You're not cool.
No,
I think
absolute dick. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm playing.
He said, I'm actually a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just being nice because I'm in your house.
Yeah.
As soon as I get out,
I'm in the sala.
So I'm in the sala. I'm be like, yo, sis, man. I'm gonna call my sister like, yo, this nigga invited me in a big ass crib. He had a living room we could have been in, but he brought me to the other living room.
Stop.
Grandma would not have let us sit on these couches.
Nah, and I didn't put plastic on there.
No plastic, nothing. You don't have the china cabinet. You don't have
I got a chinero over in the other one though. Courtesy of my wife.
Look, I'm about to be like, I couldn't do that when I was little. Guess what I'm doing? She gonna know though. She be like,
what the fuck is that?
She like,
your guest can't touch the chinero.
You let him in here?
I know, right?
The guy, the man with the beard.
She don't got an accent, bro. You made it seem like she's from East LA or some shit.
Hey, she's gonna watch this and be like, yo, you can't come back over here. This nigga's crazy. Hold up, my fault. That's just how my sisters talk.
It's all good.
My sisters are ratchet as hell. I just associate every Latino woman with just ratchetness because of my sisters.
It's all good, bro.
I do though often think about my accomplishments.
Yeah, good.
Because now I built my own family, right? I have people around that want to see me win and that want to celebrate with me, and vice versa, right? Like you said, it's really important though that you do celebrate your wins, even if it's just up here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, I made it. Like I said, I'm 33. I didn't think I was gonna see 18. Didn't think I was gonna see 21. And I'm here. I got three beautiful kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we should celebrate more. You know what I'm saying? Like getting old. Yeah. Getting old is a luxury, bro. Especially for the time we live in. Everybody is hyper focused, hyper aggressive, hyper sexual. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy to be this. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy. I found my first grade chest hair the other day. There you go. I was like, hell yeah, nigga, I made it.
Shit,
now pluck that joint.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So
plucked it.
Yeah, now pluck that joint, man. You know what I mean? Right out, yeah, fuck that. Nah.
I ain't ready for it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I already got them in here, bro. I already got them in here. I'm wearing this damn hat because there's like this like streak of gray going across my hairline. I'm like, damn, when the fuck did that happen?
I got you, bro. I know that life.
I'm shook. I'm shook, but it's cool, bro. It's cool, yeah. I love it, man. Even the losses though, like what are we gonna do with them? Yeah. Like what did we learn in that moment? Yeah. Right? How do we be better for when that problem rolls around again? Because it always, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's always gonna come back. So, yeah, I celebrate for my friends that can't celebrate for themselves. Amen. You know what I mean, friends that are not here anymore. I used to just get really sad and be like, "Oh, woe is me." My dad, like I said, he's a smart guy, right? My bio pops. He asked me like, yo, what are you gonna do? Like, you gonna sit in the shit? Gonna get up and wash your ass? What are we doing? Because we can do this all day. What did you learn? What are you gonna teach the next person who goes through that? Even if they don't listen now, something's gonna hit them one day. Yeah, like it did me. It took me being dick in the dirt, rock bottom, for me to understand certain things. Word. You know what I mean? Same for you. Like you being separated from your children, man. That's a pain that I like. That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is unexplainable. Yeah. To people who have never had the same problems as you and I, right? Yeah, yeah. But for the people who do get it, they get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That was, man. Yeah. When you was talking about that earlier, bro, I could see it in my mind. Yeah. Cause I was in that basement. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was in that basement doing that same shit, bro.
And the dope thing for me is like when I reflect, because I asked that question because that's what I do. And I remember making the effort, like even though it's not what I wanted, but I had to do it. But I still like put myself in a position to like, I'd see them as much as I could until I got my own place. And then when I got my own place, then I could get them like more than every other weekend, you know what I mean? And I would make sacrifices, like even if I didn't have a place and I didn't want them to see me in that basement, I'd take them for the weekend. I'd go to my mom's in Delaware, and at least I was surrounded by. So like what we do to make it work, to get us to a point where we're happy, but we got to look back because we are living the life that we once dreamed of having. You see what I'm saying? Once upon a time, we were like, man, I wish I could be at this point in my life. It's like, we're here now.
Yeah, and that shit is so crazy because you don't think the storm is ever going to end, bro. Man. You don't think there's no end in sight for that.
Yeah, man.
I learned one of my favorite quotes. You ever see The Crow?
Yeah.
I love cinematography, by the way.
Okay, so do I. Yeah, I can appreciate it.
When Mr. Draven says it can't rain all the time, right? That sticks with me. Because no matter how bad it is, in the moment, it's not forever.
Yeah.
It can't be forever. It can't stay this way forever.
Yeah.
And if it does, it's your doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta just being able to work through shit. I got a song on the next project called Weatherman, and I talk about shit like that, right? It sounds, Mama said, straighten up or you'll be dead. Mama said, guard your heart and hold your head. Daddy dead, Yana's dead. Why I feel I should be dead, in the jail or in the grave. Where the fuck are all my friends? Mama said what mama said, but fuck that shit. We dodging feds. Mama said, ain't no time for bitching, boy. You made your bed. And Shaka said what my mama said a very long time ago. We not living in the past. Think it's time you let shit go. But I got some anger built, dealing with survivor's guilt. Pray for niggas plenty times. Ain't nobody pray for mine. Bled from all these weapons form. Battered out in weather storms. I forget the rest of that shit, but yeah, bro, all of that, like I love, bro.
Yeah,
I love where I'm at.
That's
where I'm at. I love everything I went through. Like I said, I'd do it again.
Yeah, being a student of life.
Yeah, and it's a shame that like when you're going through it, it's a shame you don't see the lesson in it when you're going through it.
Yeah,
right. It's a shame that you're so focused on this, like the pain, right? Versus what's outside of that. You mean outside of the circumference of that? Like you're not focused on none of that.
Yeah.
I wish I could have.
I feel like it can't be though. I don't think you're supposed to. I don't think we would gain the perspective and learn the lesson appropriately if we were aware of the lesson in real time. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. That's how I feel about God.
Yeah.
Right? And the devil. I don't think there is such thing as the devil, right? I think that God is balance.
Yeah.
Without one thing, we wouldn't have the other.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not that he does things to people, but he allows the world to work in which it works, right? Without if everything was good all the time. You ever see Trolls?
Yeah.
The little kids movie?
Yeah.
Where like Princess Poppy lives in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like nothing's ever bad. And then you got the whatever they are living in squalor. And you know what I'm saying? Like they don't know what it's like to be happy. They live for that one day a year where they can be happy.
Yeah.
And these guys are never sad. So they don't know what it's like to live over there. That's what God does, I think. And that's what you just said. You know, without one, we wouldn't know the other. And I think that's really important. Do you think that maybe if a person is able to look at a situation, even if they're in a bad one, to say, okay, what am I supposed to learn? Do you think that person is abnormal?
No, I wouldn't say abnormal. I guess like as you were asking me that question, there are people that I envy. Usually it's like the elders, typically women who are very like spiritually connected. They go to church, they experience hardship, and in the moment of hardship they are praising and they're grateful and they are it seems as though they know that this is not a good thing and it's not good for them and it's hurting them, but they're happy for it because they understand what it will do for them. I've always been envious of that because I could never do that. Yeah. I'm typically like, let me get through it, and then I'm going to force myself to look at what I went through and go, you know, that was part of the plan. But when I'm in the moment, dog, I see red, I'm angry, I'm emotional, I'm confused, you know, I'm frustrated, I'm going through all the gambit of emotions. And then afterwards, I'm able to kind of like register. I'm not one to be like, oh, that was nothing. Like, nah, that was something. But I'm always envious of women I say women because I growing up Puerto Rican, it was like women of color, especially like Latina women, were as soon as something bad would happen in the family, they would immediately just start praying and thanking God, like thanking God for this hard time. You know, it's like wow, what a beautiful thing to do, because I could never do it. I could never put myself in that position. And I don't want to say abnormal to answer your question. I would probably say maybe superhuman. It really.
Mamas and sisters are superhuman, man.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that gives thanks for it either.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you hate me?
Yeah. Like, but that's what I'm saying.
What's up with you, bro? Like, shit was just cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with you? That's the type of dude I am. But I also I contextualize God as like the homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm able to have a conversation like me and you were doing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, bro, that was real fucked up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what's up? What I gotta do?
Yeah.
But I'm never like, yeah, that's what's up, bro. Thanks for the black eye. I appreciate that, my nigga. That's what's up. Yeah, I totally understand what you taught me. I get it, like off rip. Nah, I don't.
I will say though, I will have my own moment of, and I do this more so probably like in the past couple of years, where when I'm experiencing something that is, like you said, there's a balance. So when something's really good, I'm preparing for that other half to come. That's just part of life. And when it's bad, I'm preparing for that upswing. It's got to happen. But whenever that shift is happening, I will every now and then I'll kind of pause, and typically it's when I'm driving and it's real silent. I'm looking around and I'll talk, like you just said. I'll talk to God, and I'll just be like, all right, what is this? Like, what am I supposed to be benefiting from this? Like, I'm trying to open myself up here. What are the options? What's going on? A, B, and C. I could be learning A, B, and C. How can this benefit me? Like, what, like I'm trying to be more receptive to the fact that things just don't happen for the sake of happening. There's a reason. That I am hip to, and that I do try to honor, but that's as far as it goes. Once I'm in the moment emotionally, I'm lost in it until I'm subsided.
I look for the message, right? When I'm communicating like that with God, I definitely look for the message. So I believe that God speaks to me as an individual, right?
Yeah.
Through cinema, through music, you know what I mean? Things that I indulge in often, right? Even if like I said, that scene in The Crow, It Can't Rain All the Time.
Yeah.
That hit me when I was like really, you know what I mean? Like I said, dick in the dirt type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I needed that. I just that little push, that little bit of reassurance. You know what I'm saying? Do you look for messages like that, or do you just wait to get through it and then be like, oh, okay?
I do. I look for messages. I'm almost my own worst critic with that though. Like my dad died 2 days after Christmas last year.
I'm sorry,
unexpectedly. Bro. Thank you. And I have yet to, like, my sister had a dream with him. I don't know if my other sister did. My mom and dad divorced 20 some years ago. My mom has had a dream with him. And so I've been going through this thing where I'm like, yo, like, I'm looking for something. Is there something to be seen? Where my wife will see things, not literally, but like moments, experiences, and she'll go, do you not notice? Like, do you not notice that? Like, if I heard a certain thing at a certain time, or a song, or I saw somebody for a certain reason, my wife is more hip to that type of, hey, you don't by chance think that happened? You don't see what's going on? And I'm the kind of person that's like, nah, I need like a legit, like, I'm asking for it black and white because I feel like I deserve that shit. You know what I mean? So I have to like sometimes take a step back. The irony is, growing up, I was very receptive to that type of frequencies, energies, and I could tell like when rooms were really cold or really hot, not to go here, not to go there. As I got older, I lost that. More so when I've become very happy in my life and I'm no longer dark and in the gloomy life of depression, I lost that sense. Now that my dad's like passed on, I kind of wish I had that again, so I could be like, Dad, are you here? That I do look for messages in a way, but I feel like I'm my own worst critic because I want it a certain way.
I think maybe stop looking for it right
Right.
a second, right?
Right.
I know I started tearing up because I completely like, I dig that, bro.
Yeah.
When my dad died, the night he actually died, I had a dream. He said, look, you're gonna have to do certain things. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to help take care of your mom and your brothers.
This was a dream.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for a while, my youngest brother was asking, like, hey, I was 10 when he died, bro. Like, I don't really remember.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember what he smelled like. I remember his face. You know what I'm saying? But I don't remember his voice anymore.
Yeah.
It's been that long. You know what I'm saying? And my brother, I was living in New York at the time. My brother's asking me a bunch of questions like, yo, what was dad? You know what I mean? What was his favorite color? What was his favorite food? I wanted to grow a goatee because of my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
But I remember feeling how you mean, like, why don't you just
let me know?
Fucking talk to me, bro. And I had another dream. I started smelling his cologne around New York.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Whenever I felt like I was gonna do something that maybe I shouldn't be doing, I would be like just a whiff of it real quick on the train.
Wow.
In passing, I'm just like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Finally, I had a dream. We were at this long table, and he was on the other side of it, right? And we're talking, and he's just letting me know, like, I see what you're doing. Like, you shouldn't be doing certain shit. And we had a long conversation, and I remember being able to tell my brother, like, hey, like, dad did this. And my mom was like, how the hell do you know that?
That's
where the hell did you learn that from?
Yeah.
And sometimes I wish I could do it again, but like, that might be it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and bro, when you said it, like, it just,
I appreciate it,
because I remember
like
really wanting, like, please just say something, because I'm lost.
Yeah, I feel like too, like, my dad and I kind of my dad and I weren't really, not on speaking terms. I think we were in being stubborn in our own way. I hadn't seen my dad for 3 years when he died. Because I was, long story short, I just felt like, you don't reach out to me, you don't ask how I'm doing, how your grandkids are doing. It's like you don't want a life with me. I'm your only son, bitter and angry and a lot more shit. But anyway, my wife and I talk, and she's like, I think your dad is maybe not ashamed, but uncomfortable presenting himself to you because there's a lot of shit that we never had closure with. And so I've been trying to work on vocalizing to him that I forgive you and that I'm asking for forgiveness. Like, I'm trying to like mend this relationship by vocalizing it, so that hopefully one day I have that dream, or I have and I'm not like blind or naive to that shit. Like, I believe in it. I know it's real. I've just, for some reason, it's just like, I feel like I've asked him, like, yo, can you just come into my dream tonight and just let me know you're okay. That's all I need, bro. Because he had a hemorrhagic stroke at work. So he had a blood clot in his brain, a stroke where there was a blood clot in his brain, and it popped. Yeah. From the stroke. And it was at work, and I was always telling him for years, like, Dad, you gotta stop working like you're 30. But my dad, even after my parents divorced, couldn't stop working Like he still worked like he was providing for a family of 5, even into his 60s. My dad would work swing shifts. My dad would work 12, 14, 16-hour shifts. That kind of cat that like you work 7 days, have off 4 days, work another 8, you know. He made good money, but he was just like dedicated to this job that was physically demanding. And so I feel like I have a lot of shit that I need to square away with my father before I have that moment. But it's hard because I'm like
I think it'll come when you
man.
you need it. When you might say that you need it right now, but I think it'll come when
I really need it.
When you really need it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I believe that, bro.
You might be in the happiest place of your life. Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think your dad works so much as a coping mechanism?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of I think my dad was depressed. I think my dad was also trying to provide a life for his he remarried, so his wife, they had a lifestyle that he was pretty much the breadwinner for, but it was just kind of just like overkill, you know what I mean? Like, and I just remember always just telling him, and I was like, you know, Dad, like you ain't, you know, joking around, you ain't young anymore, dog. Right. Like, you know, you're working more than me. Because I got to a point in my life, and I'm glad we're talking real quick about this, because I wanted to bring this up when you asked me, how do you love yourself? Is because you mentioned you're working all this overtime. Get to a point in your life where you don't need to, and when you do, honor it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because your children will, the only people that ever remember how much you worked are your kids. I remember my dad always being gone because he worked so much. And then I've gone through my fair share. I worked blue collar jobs out the ass, and I worked. And then I got to a point that I'm grateful that I quit and went to work at a job now. I work at Tate now. I work 8-hour days.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now where I'm like, I ain't working overtime. You know what I mean? Like, if you need me to, I will. But I'm just telling you right now, I ain't. And I'm grateful that I can.
Yeah.
Because I used to be like, I'm going to work, and get this money because I needed to. But there's a lot of people that don't know how to turn that off.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, bro.
I asked that about your dad because oftentimes that's how I cope with things that I'm going through internally. I just work.
Yeah.
And I won't stop until my wife tells me, you haven't been home in 4 days.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that, as men, we do that though.
Yeah.
And we hang our hat on working because a part of it is conditioning, and a part of it I feel like is, as men, this is just how we're built, where it's like we go to work to provide for our family, but it's also like that's where we go to just escape and be at peace.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
And nothing against you.
Right. No,
nothing
absolutely.
Nothing against my wife, nothing against your wife. No, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I don't have to think so much while I'm there.
Right. Yeah.
I got a remedial task. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I supervise at one of the jobs, right? And I have to deal with so many different personalities and so many different, like, especially, like, it's hard, especially when you're emotionally invested.
Yeah.
I care about all the guys that work for me.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I always, if there's a problem, I try to get on it right away. But as soon as they try to fuck with me, bro, I take that shit to the heart. I'm like, oh, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Do you remember last week?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but fuck me, though. 8 extra? All right.
Right.
Sometimes I'm getting to the point where it's, where I'm trying to say, like, I got a buddy at the job where, like, he'll let me beat up on him.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Like, that's my dog for real.
Yeah,
like,
gotcha.
you know what I mean? Like, we graduated the streets together. Like, that's my mans. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to go do that at the gig. Or, like, I cook too, bro. I fucking hate that shit.
Gotcha.
But I'm in a space where, like, I don't have to talk to nobody if I don't want to. So I'll go fucking cook. I'll stand over this grill and
Yep.
Send it.
I feel you, bro. I've been there.
Don't think it's healthy though.
Well, it's not. It's not, especially when you have. Here's the kicker though, bro. And I wanted to wrap this conversation up with this. Really is where you are in your life with your wife and your children, as somebody looking in. And I always know that there's ins and there's outs and there's ups and there's downs. That's to be said and expected. But like, I do genuinely see like that aura of, this is a beautiful family that you have.
Thank you very much, man.
And that when you have something like that, it's imperative that you start checking that. How much am I removing myself? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you do, and you're able to be like, I'm present more here, it's a whole different world. You know, like, I come home and I dive into the podcast and I'm given space for that. But there's times where my wife's got to check me. Like, you know, I feel like you're just like you haven't talked to us or seen us. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do something to put us in a position.
And for that reason, I get defensive.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't nobody else gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I'm trying, and I'm trying to learn from what you're telling me now, right? I try it at home. It doesn't always turn out how I want it to in my head.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I react before I think about it, right? But you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah, but the fact that you're like thinking about it, like, it's gonna happen. Like, it takes time to break like habits, and but for me, it just came to a point where I was just like, I was done. I was done burning myself out, and for whatever reason, I got to that point before my father died. So when my dad died, then it even more was, it solidified with me. Like, I will not. He fucking died at work.
Yeah.
Like, I have his
work
work
boots. I'm not gonna die at work.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, it's the one thing that I never thought that would happen to my dad, but it was just like, wow, the irony. Like, I've been telling you work too much and you died at work. So, like, yeah, take care of yourself, love yourself, but like, give yourself some grace also. Like, cause everything you're feeling is normal. Like, it makes sense. As a man, it makes sense. When I hear you say that, it makes sense to me. I just think that time, like you just told me, the time will come. The time will come for you where you'll be like, you know what, like, I'm in a place now where I'm going to make a push to make something happen so I can get to the point where I can knock all that shit off and be like, nah, I don't need to do all these extra hours. Because you're still 33, so you're still super young. I did my shit like 3 years ago.
Not young enough. See, that's the thing, right? It's like, I'm like, all right, do I need to dive into like my academics, right? So I was thinking about going to school for like risk management and risk assessment. You know what I mean? Like, just stuff like that. But I'm like, what? Like, I don't know shit about school. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know shit about school, but also I know that I need to employ myself, right?
1,000%.
I need to employ myself because the hours that I'm putting in at these jobs, I'm a number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a number.
Right.
I work for some great people, but I can almost guarantee you after the funeral,
that's what happened to my dad, bro. Somebody was right there to fill in his fucking place.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Absolutely. I felt like that. I used to work at FedEx Freight. Worked there for 11 years.
Okay.
Cool people. And that's a tough gig. I was a dock worker on the tow motor, 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
In the elements, hot, cold.
Yeah.
Don't miss it. But yeah, it was just like, this is my livelihood. I work hard, but I'm just a fucking number here. And you're right. It's always good people. I used to really be anti-corporate. Now I just know that's just the score of the game. That's just the way the game's played. But you are just a number. So if you feel like, man, I gotta put myself in a position where I'm taking care of me, then that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, especially now, if you feel that now, I wish I would have done this 10 years, 12 years ago.
I think I'm scared to. I think I'm scared to take the full leap.
Yeah.
Because if I fail, then my kids don't eat.
Yeah, I dig it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm afraid of that.
Here's something that it's like a quote I saw from Jim Carrey. I don't know if it's true, but I've always stuck with it. That no, it is true because it's a recording of him saying it. That you might as well take a chance at doing what you love doing because you can fail at doing what you don't love doing.
That's true. That's very true.
So you might as well just take a chance at doing what you love doing. Take a risk
or lose a chance.
Bro, I took a huge pay cut to do what I'm doing now at Tate, and I didn't want to do it because it took me 11 years to get to where I was at.
Yeah.
And I took a huge pay cut, like $12K a year pay cut.
God damn.
Yeah. And I was like, but I wasn't going to work Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
No cold dock, no hot dock. And it was 8 to 4:30 every day, Monday through Friday.
Cake.
I said, I'll fucking do it. And we'll just make it work. And it was like one of those chances. Like that was where my wife was like, all right, we'll make this work. But I could tell she was a little, you know what I mean? And I'm grateful. My wife really, she's the breadwinner in the family. I'm not too proud. So she really held it down for me so that I could make that swing and really start pushing the podcast a little more.
Yeah.
But if I can fail sitting on a tow motor for 10 hours a day or working on hoists for Taylor Swift, then I'm gonna might as well take a shot at doing what I love doing. And if I fail, at least I fucking tried it, dog.
Hell yeah, that's beautiful, man.
But with that mindset, I believe that I will do it. So I believe, like, if you do it, I don't, like I said, outside looking in, there's a lot of talent with you, bro.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Suge often tells me I don't leave room for God to work.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to, like, I know that control is an illusion. I know that, but it's so hard to relinquish it because I have the illusion that I have things in control.
Yeah.
And the second that I don't, I like,
yeah.
You know, I'm like, bro, like, we're not living how we did when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
My kids are never gonna have to do that.
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, like I said, I'm scared to take that leap because of that reason. If it was just me and Suge, man, she's gonna thug it out with me either way. But like, I would do certain things without a second guess. But I also don't want to use my children as an excuse as to not watch. You know what I mean? To not do something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is the real truth I'm not doing it because I'm scared of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it because I'm scared of failing?
But that's a fair admission. That's a fair admission, is I'm scared to fail. But really, I'm like, I was scared. I was scared to fail, but really I was scared to like to step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because everything I worked hard for was already set in place. So I knew what to expect.
Yeah.
I had it figured out, but I wasn't happy. But the thing about letting room in for God real quick before we wrap this up, bro, it's liberating when you get to that point. There's something about it. And I'm not a Bible thumper. I believe in God, you know, but I keep I keep things a buck, really, to a certain degree. I don't really go off the hinges with it, but there's something about being like, I'm gonna do as much as I can, and then I'm gonna put myself in a position to succeed as much as I can. But then once I get to that point, it's all you, bro. And if you got something up your sleeve, I'm just gonna trust it. And there's times where things have like shown up in my life where it was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you do got something just to kind of guide you along a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody comes in your life, you hear something, you see something that motivates, inspires you, something that pushes you another 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like, okay, this is the game plan. Like, I genuinely believe that something's going to pop off with me. Now, that may not happen for another 2 years, but I just believe it. Like I believe it. Like I go hard with it. But a lot of it's just this blind faith. Like I'm just, you know what I mean?
That's the thing, right? Like it's hard for me to say I trust God, but I don't allow him. You know what I mean?
No, I dig it. Yeah.
I do trust God.
Yeah.
I'm just, what happens when I let go?
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid. What happens when I let go of the reins? What happens when I just give you control?
Yeah.
What happens then, right? Because I done already been Job. You know what I'm saying? I done had everything taken, and I've been rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know. Like, I'm at that, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens next.
I dig it, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm holding on, but I'm not happy, right? This is the most money I've ever made in my life. Legal money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the most legal money I've ever made in my life.
Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, like, the last 3 years, you know what I had to do to get, you know what I mean? To get this, to be like, we got a joke, you know what I'm saying? Me and my wife got a joke. She called me the dollar amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, she like, Mr. Woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, bitch. Like, yeah, bitch. Go ahead. So I'm like, damn, like, I
don't know, bro. I feel like you have, in a way, given him room, though. I mean, if you've got a wife like her, children, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are things that there are people that are praying for that.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like he put you in a position to have a support system and a foundation for what is coming in your life. If you had the wrong people there, it wouldn't be bountiful. You see what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro.
That's what I see in you, bro. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the podcast. I'm glad that you stopped by. This has been like probably one of my favorite conversations.
Yeah, you're amazing, bro. What you're doing, like, shit, nigga, you might as well go get a degree.
No, I don't know about. I don't think I have the time for that.
Hey, listen, go get you a degree, set up the office right here, because this was therapeutic, bro.
Oh man, I appreciate that, man.
It really was, bro. It was a beautiful conversation. It was great, man. Thank you for inviting me in.
Absolutely, man.
You know what I'm saying, thank you for listening to me ramble and rant. And,
never a ramble, never a rant, man.
You know what I'm saying, like, I really appreciate that, man. And thank you for allowing me a safe space to express some of these things.
Absolutely, man. That's the goal. I feel like that's what we need. And it's evolved. You know what I mean? Like, when I started doing this, it was a plan like that, but not to where it is now. I didn't realize how important it would become. And so instead of kind of like being like, well, I just wanted to interview people, now it's become like, well, let's really talk about some shit.
Yeah.
So I just kind of embraced the pivot, and I love it. You know, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know, like, I get to meet like cool people like yourself, new people every week, and it's a pleasure for me to share people's journey and to share their story.
That is a fire job, though. You get to hear mad stories, like you were just saying, bro. That shit is crazy, bro. Like, bro, I think about all the possibilities for you, man, and they're boundless and endless. It's being able to interact with so many different energies is crazy. And like, do you ever? I know you're trying to wrap up.
No, it's all good.
Like, do you ever like get overwhelmed with as many energies as you deal with?
To be honest with you, no. I never thought about it. No, I never do. For whatever reason, I don't even feel drained. I've had experiences where the conversation was a lot shorter than I expected because this is a conversation more than an interview.
Yeah.
So I never want to like poke and prod, but I'm also trying to get like a conversation going. And if I feel like it's going to be what it is, then it is what it is. And I don't, you know what I mean? But I never have any moments where I'm like, oh man, I'm really overwhelmed or it weighs heavy on me. And I'm not saying I won't. I just I've been able to really engage and compartmentalize all my experiences. But I have a lot of new perspectives from listening to different people. You know what I mean? That's a blessing, and I'm fortunate enough. I do even the corny little things, I like take time to like really think about it and try to gain something from every conversation. But I don't feel drained at all. And maybe that's my gift or my blessing.
Yeah.
Is the ability to be like, go ahead and
to be a shoulder,
and
man.
dump it on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
That's tough, man. I couldn't do it. I can't, bro. I can't. I feel everything so deeply, bro.
I think like I can't, but I know my family does.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. So I have to like be mindful of that. So like I'll take breaks.
That's good.
You know, obviously I need it because the backside of this shit, like the post-production and the administration and that, oh my God, I'm losing my mind with it. But this is nothing to me. But I also know like this impacts my family. So for me, it may not be bothersome, but I have to be mindful. Like, okay, well, let me take a break. Like for the holidays, I'm going to take like a month off of putting any content. I have interviews scheduled, but I'm not going to be working behind the scenes and post-production and just give my family my time.
I told you earlier, man, I struggle so much with like, I struggle with that, bro. Like when I have a goal, I'm like, yeah, that's it.
No, I dig it, bro. Yeah. It's hard for me, man. It's hard, but you'll find your pivot with that.
I hope I do it soon. I hope I don't do it when tomorrow's had enough. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I hope I don't do it before it's too late.
Nah, I don't think you have to worry about that, bro.
I mean, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I hope I don't do it when my kids hate me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I dig what you're saying.
That's what, like,
you'll start making small little goals, man. Small little achievable goals. You know what I mean? Like there's times where my wife's like, yo, you are on your phone all the time. And I'm like, you don't understand. I'm literally doing shit for the podcast. I'm following people and researching. But I have to put the phone down. Yeah. I might even have to plug the phone upstairs and come down here so that it's out of my you know what I mean?
Right.
Like and little things.
It's crazy. Like I said, like you're saying that, right? I get real defensive because I'm like, shorty, like,
No, yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna do this shit with me, my nigga. Like,
there's times there's
nobody is doing this shit with me, shorty. Like, we can sit here and argue all day about how much I work, but like, you're pregnant, you about to have a baby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta work as much as I can to make sure that you don't have to.
Yeah, I dig it, bro.
But I also know that she don't give a fuck about money. She don't care.
Yeah, she just wants your time.
She just wants my time, and she knows God is always providing for us. She knows that. Myra is a favored woman. I'm not gonna hold you.
Absolutely, but I dig it.
She is favored. Listen, there's times where I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I know that life very well, bro.
How the hell did you come into that and walk out of it? There's like, I just be like, that shit don't happen to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she knows, man. She's so connected to the high power, man. It's amazing. I'm envious sometimes because like I do have a relationship with God, but again, like I'm so afraid to like relinquish whatever control that I have.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But that's cool though because my wife is the same way, and I don't have that same type of relationship that my wife does with God. But I lean into that. There's times where I ask my wife like, I need you to pray for me. I need you to keep this in mind for me because you got that. And so instead of trying to learn how I can get there, there's times where I just give it to my wife because I feel like she's put in my life for a part of that, for that reason. But yeah, man, if you give your wife some time, I'm learning this because I get defensive too. But there's times where I'm like, all right, this weekend I really could be working. I mean, I need to knock this shit out. But I'm going to take time and we're going to go do something. And it pays off because I'm energized, I'm refreshed. She's energized and refreshed. And then it's just like, for whatever reason, I have time to work on it. Now I have the time that I didn't think I had. All of a sudden now I have. It's really hard to explain. It's like 2 more days was added to a 7-day week. Like all of a sudden now I have 9 days. Like how? Oh, I don't know, but my wife's happy. She's doing her thing now. Now she's okay with me stepping off and working and doing my thing. So now I'm able to bang, 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 bang. But I wouldn't have had that experience had I not just taken and genuinely taken a step back. Not like take a step back, but like be thinking and be,
Yeah,
it's hard, bro. I could do this all day, every day. This. And then social media and cause trying to build a fucking empire. Yeah, I could do it, but I'll lose everything.
Right, and then it's like,
what's it worth?
What's it worth to you, bro? It ain't worth what I've already asked for.
Right, exactly.
Because I did ask for it.
There you go.
I asked for a God-fearing woman. I asked for somebody who loves their family. You know what I'm saying? I asked for somebody nurturing. You know what I'm saying? And there's been so many times where we were like this close to just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like, you really, I'm prideful. You know what I'm saying? I'm prideful. Yeah. Shit, bitch, you hurt my feelings. I'm going to hurt your feelings.
No, yeah.
Shit, I got something for you.
Yeah.
I'm Timothy. You know what I'm saying? Tom Petty right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't, like I said, I don't want to get there again. We did so much work to remove ourselves from certain bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to lose her because of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lose the relationship I had with my kids because of me, because of my selfishness.
Right.
Is that because ultimately I believe that's what it is. I don't want to give up something. I don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, you also don't want to keep focusing on the what ifs in a negative way, because your words have power and your thoughts have power.
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about the law of attraction and like what you're putting out there, you don't want to attract that type of shit. So, and I believe in that 1000%. Like when I was in that basement, I did a vision board and it happened, but I genuinely had to give myself the space to know that this is going to take time. So yeah, man, like start changing the way I dig what you're saying, but I would suggest that like start like, this is where we're going to be. That's what I don't have my wallet. I have in my wallet, I wrote down, I will make X amount of money in such time. And I folded it and I put it in my wallet. It's there. Like, that's where my mind is. The reason why I brought that up is because you got to change your mindset, but be at peace with the process of it. It's not going to happen overnight, but every day is a part of its process, because you're going to have your ups and downs with your wife, but you both know that you're in it for the long haul and you're working on it together so that you both give each other grace. You see what I'm saying? And then eventually, like, your pride won't want to show its face anymore. There's times where like my wife and I would get into some arguments and I would be like, wow, I'm really about to come out my face and say some shit. And now, which we hardly ever get into arguments anymore, but when we do, I really have to force myself to hear her out. But then I'm learning as I'm listening to her that it's easier for me to genuinely hear her out. And then I speak my piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're learning how to argue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because there's a healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
Or the right way, rather.
You know what I mean? She's not all type of bitches anymore. I'm not all type of dogs.
Yeah.
Ain't shit ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Bro.
But this is the beautiful thing about life though, bro, is like every power couple that you've seen, healthy marriage that you've seen, beautiful relationship that you've seen, they've had their moments. Our elders that have been together for 50, 60, 70 years, like, how they fucking do it? They went through some shit.
They just worked it out.
Yeah, man.
They also didn't have the accessibility to everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just for instance, right? Suge's not doing it for me, I can get on the internet and be like, here's some cheeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't have all the other distractions, which I think is a blessing. You know what I mean? But I remember one time, man, me and when she first got pregnant with our daughter Sayla, I take the utmost pride in being able to provide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a man, you know what I mean? Like, that's what a man does. That's what a man should be doing. If a man can, then I believe that a man should.
Yeah.
Right? She gonna text me one day talking about some bare minimum ass nigga. I said, excuse me, bitch. The fuck did you just say to me? Huh? Like, just, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, she learned, because we're in therapy too.
Yeah.
She learned, like, don't do that. Don't do that. You know that upsets him. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
Because if I go, hey, bitch, that's why you ain't had no daddy. That's why you act that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why you act that way. That's why you act crazy.
Right.
Ain't had no man.
Right.
I'd be wrong, right? When have you ever been in a space with your wife where you don't talk at all?
Yeah.
Like, you're just that frustrated. What do you do then?
Usually, and it's usually her that will break that ice with the, are we going to keep doing this? And I then have to kind of like come to terms with the fact that I'm being petty. But those moments happen far and few in between now. And not that they happened a lot, but when we got together at first, it was my wife is a very, very, like, she's Puerto Rican and she will speak her fucking mind. Yeah. And I'm a very low key kind of person. I don't ever yell or scream, but I've had my moments where I've had to like raise my voice. And so when you have those kind of like chemistries kind of like clashing, one of the things that we both did so well was when we both calmed down, we could come back and then like at least address it. But there were times where it was at least a day and she'd be like, I don't want to go to bed angry. That's one of my wife's biggest things is I don't want to go to bed angry. Where I'm the kind of person that's like, I'll go to bed every night angry. Like, I will die on my sword with that shit.
That I will do.
Yeah.
But I don't leave out the house without saying goodbye and I love you.
Well, that's what's up. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm saying, like, that's a rule.
Yep.
That you know what I mean? Because we don't know. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll go to bed angry. Hell yeah. Yeah. We're going to touch each other, though. Yeah. My little foot going to be on your little foot. Well, you don't got to look at me. You don't even, you know what I mean? But every morning I leave, even if we had a fight the night before, I kiss her goodbye. You know what I'm saying? She could be asleep. I kiss all of them goodbye and I'm out. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's, marriage is crazy as shit,
it's
bro.
It's a lot of work, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even think I was fully ready to do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's something that she really, really wanted. Not saying that I didn't want it.
No, but I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I'm glad I did it. Because that's my nigga. Dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the homie. That's my rib. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my nigga for real. But sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck did I just do? Like, I can't even fucking leave out the, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like, the hell, man.
I think for me, I was in a relationship prior to my wife where I didn't want to be the first person to apologize because I always felt like I had to be that person. So fuck how I was feeling. Let me be the one to extend the olive branch and we'll just forget the fact that I was actually the one that was burned in this one. In my marriage now with my wife, it pays off to get it over with, even though we need some time to cool off, but we got to come back and squash this. Yeah. Because it always feels better. but it's hard to initiate it because I still have those like, no, I'm not going to be that one.
Yeah.
No. Or like, no, like legit, I've done this plenty of times. Like you need to apologize.
Yeah.
And it's happened where she has, but to initiate it, it's always paid off because it's the right person.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you have that with the right person, it pays off. Then it makes those like the growing and learning a lot easier, where you start getting to the places that you say you want to get to.
I have this like, I'm a logical, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
when we argue, I'm like, shorty, like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's super emotional.
Yeah.
And I have this thing when we argue where I'm like, I'm right though.
Yeah,
I don't need to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'm learning that I don't need to be right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if she felt it, it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if she felt it, it's true, bro. She's not just gonna be mad just to be mad. Sometimes she is. You know how they get. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning that I don't need to be right.
Yeah.
About it. I'm learning that I've tried, like recently we got into a fight where I've apologized all week and I was getting a cold shoulder. And finally I was like, all right, fine, fuck it. And then she tried to, you mean like, I'm sorry. And I was like, don't touch me. Don't you fucking touch me. You know what I mean? Like,
what are you gonna do, bro?
You know what I mean? Like,
this is an everyday life, everyday learning experience.
I mean, like, what am I doing here, bro? Like, normally, I don't even argue with. I'm not finna argue. You know what I mean, like, I'm not finna argue.
Yeah.
But I find myself arguing with this woman. I'm like, why are you doing this? Why are you making me do this? How did you do this to me? What's something that you would give somebody like myself who's freshly married? Like, what's a piece of advice that you would give somebody like myself? Not just about arguing, just about marriage, like,
yeah,
as a whole.
I'm trying to think of something that isn't.
Nigga, I need help. Nigga, I need help.
I think we already talked about it, really, and which is give yourself grace and give her grace. Like, give each other grace. Especially with children. Sometimes my wife and I forget, like, we made a lot of moves in 7 years. We did a lot. You know what I mean? So when you're in a relationship and you got so much going on, you got 2 children, 2 years apart, there's a lot going on. And sometimes you can get lost in the sauce a little bit with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I feel like sometimes what my wife and I try to do well, and I feel that we do, is we take a lot of time. Like, we'll go out a lot, her and I. We need those days. Let's go out. Let's go out tonight. We get a sitter. We're going out because you need it. Even though there's times where I'm like, hey, we going out a lot. Like, we need to chill. But it's necessary because it's always like you're just touching home base every now and then. You're just touching home base. How we doing? We're good. We don't gotta talk about the kids, because when we would go out on dates when we first got married, and she'd start talking about the kids, and I was like, I don't want to do that. Like,
I'm not gonna hold you. When we go out and she be like, oh, we should. I'll be like, man, fuck them kids, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the kids. We talk about the kids every day.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not super good at like taking her out to do stuff lately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, take her out, bro.
It's hard. Like, I make that excuse that, I don't have time because I have to be at work. I have to do these things.
Yeah.
But like, I'm a number. Like, I can call off, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I could take a day, bro.
But we just sat here for 3 hours.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a problem. And I know that, like, in the back of my mind,
but I know what you're saying, because it's hard. It's hard to change habits. It's hard to think along those lines. But I think for me, because this is my second marriage, it's her second marriage also, that we've also there's a lot of shit we went through already that when we found each other, it was like, we're good. We kind of got past some of the bullshit. But being like a student of life and trying to better myself, I do look back at my previous marriage. And even though I wasn't responsible for how it ended, I do acknowledge that I could have done a lot better at some parts. And those were things I couldn't admit to 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the reason why I bring that up is because like humbling yourself and giving each other grace, that's all going to benefit you in the outcome. Taking her out benefits you because you put her in a position to feel like I'm seen. So then you get the space you need because she doesn't have to question it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's hard, man. It's hard because as men, like we're just told like you are the provider. You gotta knock these hours out. You gotta get this money. My family's dependent on me because the story could turn real quick if you're not that kind of father. Yeah. If you're not that kind of man. Yeah. And it's like, what kind of man are you? Yeah. So it's this fine line, but like when you have that right person in your life, because you have to really be vulnerable enough to be like, I'm gonna trust you with not clowning me.
If this fails.
This fails. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And she never has.
Right.
I mean, she never has. Even if I think something is a long shot, she's like, yo, you got it.
Yeah. I would do that more often, bro.
I promise you, I'm going to work on it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I know I have to.
Even if it's just to go grab a drink and just shoot the shit at a bar. I don't know if your wife drinks or not, but.
Yeah, she does. She misses wine.
There you go.
She misses wine. I'm like, nah, shorty, you gotta wait. Yeah. I miss, like our little blunt cruises. I miss, you know what I mean? Like. Yeah. Shit, nigga. Yeah. I'm going to work on it, man. Like I said, I'm new to it. I'm not trying to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not, but I know I could put more effort into certain things.
Yeah. But this goes back to giving yourself grace, man. That's how you love yourself, man. Like you don't know how you're going to do it, but fuck, man, you're going to make it happen.
Hell yeah. You know, to be clear, I do love myself now.
Yeah.
I absolutely love myself.
There you go.
Man. I just ask that for anybody that might be listening.
Okay, copy that, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how, because shit, I didn't know how to put it into words, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to express certain things outside of rhyme.
I dig it.
You know what I mean? Actually, I got a song called Ugly. You gotta love yourself.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I literally wrote that record in the mirror, staring myself in the mirror.
I like it, man.
You're amazing.
Thank you, man.
You're amazing. So.
This conversation's amazing. You're a pretty badass cat yourself, man.
I'm alright, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool, man. Listen, I don't know. You couldn't see it earlier. I just want to, this is a college dropout shirt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That some of the homies down in DC made. They're called Open Market. This shit is.
Yeah.
Look, man. Yeah. Long live hip hop.
There you go, right?
Free Kanye.
Well, that's it, brother. We're done, man.
I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, man. This is it. That's it. We're done.